Well, hello friends, and welcome back to the program. Well, today I'm just bringing up the most important issue that we all are facing today in Canada. That is definitely the three major updates which have come up. Number one, the capping of international students. Number two is obviously there is a refusal now in the spousal visas. And third one obviously is another very major one, that is no more work permit for candidates, particularly if they want to apply for the main cities of Canada like Toronto and Vancouver. Now, definitely, this was very crucial for Canada to implement at this point in time because there were numerous people across the world who were trying to abuse the system. Canada definitely liberalized the international norms in the last few years, where we saw a number of students from around the world who wanted to fly to Canada. And there were three to four major reasons why they were wanting to. Number one, it was obviously that there was a spousal visa provision available, so a lot of couples can apply and they can get full-time work permit also. Along with this, definitely there was a quite demand of workers also in Canada in the last 3 years' time, and that's why also a number of people were looking forward to settle down in Canada. And apart from that, definitely people were able to afford the housing as well in all different provinces of Canada. And we have seen there were so many people, irrespective of their backgrounds, they all wanted to fly to Canada because definitely this became as the safest haven for people. But obviously because of this over, I would say, flooding of people has caused too many issues in Canada at this point in time. And in the last 1 year we have witnessed terrible housing crisis. There was a lot of inflation and job loss, and number of people were facing crisis of surviving over there in this extremely cold country. And many people had issues in terms of hunting new jobs as well. There was a lot of dearth of jobs as well. But obviously, as definitely, all this was taking the toll on international students because they definitely have spent lakhs of money to study in these particular colleges, and the principal objectivity was just to simply enter the country and later on get the PR, get into fake marriages or contractual marriages. And sometimes we have seen in some remotest corridors of our country, many people were doing contract marriages with their cousins only just to simply go to Canada. And eventually this has caused overflooding of students in Canada itself. And there were all the crises, and definitely many of them have faced problems, and numerous people, particularly students, have actually come back also after spending lakhs. And definitely it will impact their lives in the future. Now, these three basic updates and the new regulations that Canada has imposed will definitely bring change. Particularly, it will be bringing a puff of fresh air to those students who want to study only and they want to create much more bigger and safer, I would say, career in a beautiful country like Canada. So naturally, as the first major update, that's definitely the capping of international students has been one of the major reasons why, because there was too much of overcrowding of students. And now at least the students with good merits and good percentage and good education backgrounds will be able to apply in those countries, particularly where they can definitely seek good employment opportunities as well. Apart from that, the spousal visa definitely is also another important rule, I would say, because now at least many people will not be able to get into any contractual or fake marriages, because naturally instead of one, two are going, and then they also are definitely taking over more of the employment opportunities in this country. And third is the capping. Definitely this capping will also reduce the number of students, and only genuine candidates who want to seriously pursue their further studies will be able to fly to this new country and do much better in their lives, I'm sure. So definitely, as I stated, in times to come, this new norms will help a lot of candidates from around the world to settle down in this country and take up a lot of new employment opportunities. Particularly, they should be able to seek important employment opportunities only on the basis of good education. If they get good education, if they take admissions into good colleges, their desired streams, complete their education, and then they'll be able to settle down. Because many students we have seen, even they used to drop their studies back and they used to continue with jobs because their principal objectivity was just to only earn and not to learn much. And there's a saying that half a knowledge is definitely detrimental. So naturally, this definitely will help many, say, desirable students, particularly the most deserving candidates who want to study, who want to definitely make substantial careers and settle down in this beautiful country with greatest future prospects. I hope this information really helps you, and this is how you can plan in times to come and settle down in the world's second largest country, Canada. Thank you so much. Have a very wonderful time.